There can be no keener revelation of a society's soul than the way in which it treats its children. Welcome back to Relaunch and Restart with me, Jeffrey Musa. Tonight's episode is the hardest I've ever had to film, because tonight I'm not just telling a story, I'm opening a wound. We're talking about child sexual abuse, how it happens, who does it, and how we can protect our children. I was molested as a child. My first abuser was a man that was trusted by my family. My mother's first cousin that made him my uncle. He was tall, violent, and terrifying. He had a mental disability, and that was used to justify his presence in our home. For years, I thought I was the only one, until I spoke up and I was told that I must have seduced him. This episode is for every child who has been silenced and every parent who wants to do better. Thank you for being here. If you've liked, shared, or subscribed, thank you. Please don't scroll, because in the next segment, we'll talk about how abuse hides in plain sight and how the people closest to us are often the ones who harm. Most children are not abused by strangers. They're abused by uncles, aunts, cousins, family friends, house workers, teachers. The list goes on. People who are trusted and people who have access. The man who abused me used places that were familiar to me and where I felt safe. Our home, the backyard, even my late mother's old room. He used fear. He would isolate me for hours. He used silence. And when I finally spoke up, I was met with disbelief. How come it only happened to you? You must have seduced him. That kind of response doesn't just silence the child, it protects the abusers. If you're still watching, thank you. I know this is heavy, but it's necessary. Please stay with me, because next we'll talk about how to recognize the signs of abuse in children, even when they don't say a word. Children rarely say, "I'm being abused," but their behavior speaks. Look for physical signs such as bruising or pain on their body, sudden fear of certain people or places, regression, bedwetting or thumb sucking, sexualized behavior or language that is beyond their age, withdrawal or aggression, nightmares, anxiety or depression. I became withdrawn. I stopped trusting adults. I carried shame that didn't belong to me. If a child's behavior changes, don't dismiss it. Don't explain it away. Ask, listen, believe. Thank you for staying with me. If you're a parent, a teacher, a caregiver, this matters. Please like, share, or subscribe. Coming up in the next segment, we'll talk about how to create safe environments for children and how to break the silence that protects abusers. Safety isn't just about locks and alarms. It's about teaching children body autonomy, using correct names for body parts, creating space where they can talk without fear, and it's about believing them when they do. My silence lasted years because I didn't feel safe. And when I spoke, I was blamed. We must stop protecting family reputations over children's lives. We must stop excusing abuse because he's family, or she's a woman, or they didn't mean it. Abuse is abuse, and silence is complicity. Thank you for walking with me through this. Your presence here is powerful. If you've subscribed, thank you. If you've shared this, thank you. Stay with me, because in the final segment, I'll share what healing has looked like and how we can begin to protect the next generation. I'm still healing, but I'm no longer silent. And if you're watching this, neither are you. We owe it to our children to be present, to be aware, to be brave enough to ask hard questions. Abuse thrives in silence, but healing begins with truth. Thank you for being part of this movement. Please like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment. What's one thing you'll do differently to protect a child in your life? And stay tuned, because in the next episode, we'll talk about how to rebuild your identity after trauma and how to reclaim your power. You are not alone. You are not to blame, and you are worthy of healing. See you in the next episode.